Hey, what's up adventurers? Welcome back to another video. Thank you guys for joining me today in this special video where I'm giving an update on Fenrir. So, my most viewed video, which is crazy, about Fen was when he was 2 months to 12 months. Alright, so let me get that out there. This update is from 12 months to 24 months. Notice how I'm using months and not years, right? Because he was 1 year when he was 12, but he was still 1 year when he was 18 months. So there's still drastic changes between those months, okay? So from 12 months to 24 months, this video is going to be an update on that. Now let's hit it off with the disclaimer that I give in every video and why I'm going to do this, okay? So, despite all the controversy and my comments and people asking me why am I labeling him a Blue Bay Shepherd or WolfDog is illegal in this area, what about this and this and this? Look guys, there's been a drastic change in the Blue Bay Shepherd throughout the years. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and put his embark results, okay, on the screen right now, so you can see for yourself exactly what DNA results I got from getting him embarked, okay? So this is the Blue Bay Shepherd certificate, so I'm gonna go like this, kind of move it around so we can focus. Hopefully that worked. If not, it says Blue Bay Shepherd, it has Fenrir, the sire, the dam, the registration number, and all this other stuff, okay? So ABBS certificate, little stamp and everything. Breeder's name at the bottom. So let's move on from that, okay? What I'm trying to say here is that I have my DNA results and I have the certificate of the Blue Bay Shepherd. So when some of you guys are asking me like, well, why is the title named WolfDog and Blue Bay Shepherd? Is it one or is it the other? Is it both? What's going on? Fen happens to be a low content, which means below 50, a very high low content because he's 38%, as you can see, 37.8 on the results. And he's a Blue Bay Shepherd. So, with that being said, my experience with Fen can be drastically different from somebody who owns a Blue Bay Shepherd that is 8% or maybe even 2 to 8% wolf, right? And let's say 2 to 8% wolf, the rest is German Shepherd. You're going to get a very, very different dog. You're going to get a dog that acts like a German Shepherd. Let's look at my results. If you add up the wolf, the Malamute, the Husky, and the Collie, what percentage does that give you compared to the German Shepherd? Very different dog, right? Very different dog. Now, if some of you guys are here for the WolfDog aspect, again, your WolfDog might be more Husky and Malamute than German Shepherd at all. Maybe yours doesn't even have German Shepherd. Maybe it's just Husky Malamute. You're going to get a completely different WolfDog. Okay, guys? So, with that out of the way, let's go ahead and start with the video. So, 12 months to 24 months. What did I see in Fen that really changed? Was he more hyper? Was he aggressive? Let's start with the critical stuff, okay? The stuff that should be mentioned right off the bat. And that's dog parks, okay? Fen used to love going to dog parks. He loved playing with dogs. He loved being thrown. He loved this. He loved doing all that stuff. Well, unfortunately, many dogs don't like huge dogs like Fen, right? Fen is, you've seen how tall he is next to Ghost. Ghost, let me put this in perspective. Ghost is the same height as, if not taller than most German Shepherds. Okay, he's like 25, 26 inches, almost 27. It's been a while. But when you see my videos and you see how big Fen is compared to Ghost, think of that with another German Shepherd. If not, German Shepherds are even smaller because they're like, what, 60 pounds, 70 pounds sometimes? Ghost is like 100, 105. So, what do dogs do, man? Dogs are not gonna see Fen and they're gonna be like, oh my god, a big fluffy friend. No, they're gonna be like, get away from me, you hairy monster. Like, I don't want you near me. This can lead to, fights between the dogs because Fen is happy. He's trying to go in there. He becomes submissive. The dog reacts. Fen reacts. Let's get out. There's no way. Alright. So, Fen grew up really quick. He got big and he got more dominant, okay? No, it wasn't any more of, oh, I'm a puppy, look at me, play with me. It was more like, alright, I see dogs and it's cool and all. They're shepherds. I like playing with shepherds, but what's that boxer doing here? That boxer, I don't like that boxer. I don't know why. Something about that boxer doesn't please me. So, there started coming up issues where he was being more confrontational with certain breeds. It was mainly the breeds that had like the mushed in face. I'm not gonna lie, like pugs, boxers, not mastiffs so much because they're, I don't know, it was weird. Not mastiffs, but it was, you can tell what breed it was and what Fen didn't like about them. Like the breed would come in and he would instantly just try to be like alpha male. So it was like, yo, correction, let's get out of here. I'm not wasting my time. So you might get a sense of more alpha dominance behavior. Let me say this, that even with that, Fen is still very, very playful, and he learned a lot of boundaries. As a puppy, he was very pushy with those boundaries. As he got older, he kind of just respected those boundaries a lot more. Hey, you're growling at me? Alright, I'm gonna step back. I'm not gonna come in here and try to taunt you anymore like I did when I was a puppy. Now I'm kind of like, whatever. I'm not really into it. I've had Finn interact with little dogs, little puppies. He's really good. He's so good with puppies, with smaller dogs. He's very chill. Maybe with the smaller dogs, when they start running, he kind of gets drivey a little bit because he's not used to playing with small dogs. But we do have the Bobster here, Bebop, who's a rather small dog. Fen has a very far line with Bebop, where he lets him get away with a lot of stuff that, honestly, another dog probably wouldn't. Okay, like Bebop can get really close to his raw food and even sometimes grab pieces, and Fen just, it's okay with it. That's crazy, right? He's a very like social dog. He really enjoys being in a pack. It's just more so the fact that some breeds and the way some dogs act, because of him being that big, or maybe those dogs being pushy on him, trying to show their dominance on him, you get conflict, right? Because Fen is pretty big, and I'm sure he knows he's big. He doesn't have a problem with showing that he's big, but luckily at the dog park, we've never had that issue. I actually stopped going to the dog park because it felt more like a burden than an enjoyable time. I had to be more on guard with Fen and Ghost. I was like vigilant freaking Hawkeye over here trying to see everything, because you have a lot of dogs and a lot of people that are just sitting down on the benches while their dogs are yards away, being bossy, trying to be intimidating. And I'm like, dude, I don't have the time for this owner to get up from the bench, walk to try to separate his dog. You can already start seeing signs where the dog comes in and his tail is raised. There's never an incident, but there's too many, like, I feel, situations that could have escalated if I had not taken them out at that time. You get me? Because you can tell right away, when you're in a dog park and you're like, man, it's gonna be one of those days. It's gonna be one of those days. If you have dogs, you have big dogs and you're socializing them with other dogs, some dogs are pushy, some dogs are more dogs. So that happened, alright? So 12 to 24 months, we cut off dog parks because it felt that the socialization that was going on wasn't really what I wanted from Fen in a positive manner. Even though it was semi-controlled because the owner's there, there's too many situations and scenarios that could occur that I didn't feel comfortable leaving my dog in there loose with another dog. Not because of Fen directly, but because of his size and because of the way other dogs approach him, right? So that's the first one I wanted to mention, okay? Because I have gotten messages on Instagram from more than one person asking me like, hey man, my Blue Bay Shepherd is kind of getting aggressive at the dog park, and dude, I'm kind of scared that he's gonna turn this, and he's really good with these dogs, but not so much with these, and blah blah. Like, man, your dog doesn't have to get along with every dog. He really doesn't. Like, some dogs just don't like other dogs. Some dogs just don't like being with other certain dogs. I'm looking at Ghost because he's almost snoring. And to me, that's okay, man. You don't like every person you meet. Your dog doesn't have to like every person he meets. Your dog has his pack. My dog has Ghost, has Bebop, has me, has my roommate. He has a family. That's, as long as when I'm walking him, he doesn't react and go psycho and try to bite something, I'm fine. We walk him, I walk him near another dog, he looks at the dog, just keeps going, that's it. Hey, that's fine with me. As long as Fen acts like a normal dog when we pass by another dog, or if he's in the dog park and he doesn't get overly excited or aggressive, I'm fine with that. I don't need my dog to be besties with every single dog he meets, okay? And I think that's kind of a stigma that's going on right now. But a lot of people, and I'm seeing a lot of Instagram posts, and if you look into it far enough, you can see that a lot of people generally think that their dog doesn't have to get along with every dog, and I have to agree. Mainly because us as humans try to put that human aspect into a dog, and you're like, you have to behave, you have to be nice. Like, you're a grown dog. Nah, dude, he's an animal. Okay, your dog might not get along with every dog, and that's fine. Okay, so moving on. The second question I often get asked is, "Yo, is my blue bay shepherd gonna calm down? Cause he's psycho. He's running around. He's doing backflips. He's climbing the walls. He's, I don't know. He's cooking. He's spasming. I need to give him pills to calm him down. What do I do?" If I want to be completely honest with you, from 12 to 24 months, remember, this is a 12 to 24 month video, Fen actually did calm down quite a bit. And that sounds like positive news, but when your dog is this hyper as a puppy and energetic and super curious, and you know, sometimes you think he's calm, but he's planning stuff in the back of his mind, it turned down a notch. Fen kind of just chills now. He's really not crazy. He is a little bit hyper, but when I compare him to Bebop, he's nowhere near as hyper. Bebop is like a freaking machine, dude. Fen is more like I'm happy, you know, I have energy, but I'm cool, bro. I'm gonna sit down, I'm gonna lay down, I'm gonna grab this toy and I'm just gonna play with my toy. And it's awesome. It's awesome to have him do that now, because it really brought down the intensity that he had, which is honestly what you want in a dog, right? You, as he matures, they get calmer. Do I leave him out of his cage? No, I don't. There's no way. He's not that calm yet. But he is a lot better. He's a lot more calmer. He doesn't really look for stuff to do anymore. And I don't mean that like, oh, I'm not working him out, I'm not stimulating him. It's just kind of like they're very curious dogs is what I'm saying. Like, he's just very curious. Honestly, that's all it is that he wonders like, I haven't seen that before. I wonder what happens if I just bite it. And I looked into this, and it turns out that wolves and wolf dogs really use their mouths a lot more than normal dogs to kind of feel things. Like, they use their mouths almost as hands. I'm sure dogs do this too, but from what I read, it was more dominant in wolf dogs and wolves. They really use their mouths to kind of sense stuff. So it's like, oh, okay, this is what this is, blah, 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 blah. And I feel like as he grew up, he was kind of like, I already know what a lot of these things are, whatever. So that's good, right? Like, definitely, if you've owned a Malinois, I'm sure that you know that that dog is hyper. Fen is not like that. He's not as hyper as that. I would put him maybe like on par with a German Shepherd, but he's so intelligent in a different manner that it might be more of a resource from you required to keep him entertained because he's so smart. But definitely calm down a good chunk. It's awesome, honestly, to have him see him from 12 months. And I want to say that this happened around the 16 to 18 mark, where he just kind of like mellowed down. He was like, okay, bro. One of the things that he's been doing is looking out the window now. He just chills and he just looks out the window, and he'll literally just stay there looking out the window. He loves it. Right now it's been really cold, so guess who's outside right now in 30-degree weather? That's why I'm wearing this. It's like 8 a.m. I'm freezing. Fen's out there having the time of his life. Sometimes he doesn't even want to come inside. I have like double barrier fence and slabs, so he can't dig out, he can't climb, blah blah blah. So he's good outside, but he loves being outside right now. If he comes inside, he already knows his cues. He scratches the doors, he comes inside, he drinks water, he'll sit next to the door, or he'll be at the door, or he'll be crying like, let me out, so we let him out, right? He wants to be outside, that's cool. Ghost is freezing, he's right here next to me. But you can definitely expect a calmer dog at around the 16 to 22 month mark, right? So that's something to look forward to. If you have a Blue Bay Shepherd right now and he's driving you nuts, hey, push through, train, exercise, and you should be good for a while, right? Just calm down, enjoy the puppyhood, because he's gonna be smaller. Once he grows up, he's gonna be a massive dog. So I'm telling you, it's pros and cons. You have a hyper dog that's small, or you have a middle dog that's just enormous, right? So let's move on to a more specific topic. So I talked about dog park, and I kind of want to hit aggressiveness. Like, did he get more aggressive with his pack, right? Not the dog park. You know, maybe you don't even take your dog to the dog park for whatever reason. You just run him, exercise him, blah, blah, blah. Well, what about, like, my family? Is he going to be more aggressive towards my family, this and this? Not at all, guys. For my personal experience with Fen, and the way I've raised him, and the way that I, you know, care for him, and you guys have seen in my videos, I try to be as transparent as possible with you guys. I've had no issues with Fan being more aggressive towards me, Ghost, my roommate, Bebop. None at all. If anything, he's very he's like a cat. I would like his behavior is more cat-like behavior in that he comes and he like rubs his giant body on my legs and then I just pet him. Or you guys have seen in my videos, you know, I'll probably link it. I'll probably show a clip of it where I'm sitting down and he'll come and he just kind of rubs and he loves to be pet and he like sits down and he lays down and he just enjoys being like loved. He enjoys being catered and then he walks off once he's had enough and leaves, and that's awesome. So you're definitely gonna get a loving dog. He's no aggressive issues with him. He isn't like for some reason like more aggressive now that I feed him raw food that he's older. It's not like he's gonna resource guard the raw food. You guys have seen in my videos that I'm feeding him and I can pet him and I can like mush with him. And I'm remember I have one hand on the camera and I'm going like this, like trying to pet him. So it's kind of hard, right? But you guys are able to see that even me up close with him is fine, and in some aspects and in some scenarios he leaves the food there and then just walks off and the food is just literally in front of me. If Fenrir were aggressive and had high resource guarding behavior, he would never ever in his mind leave anything near anybody, right? He would growl at me the moment I got there. He would eat everything as fast as he could so I don't eat it. And I have never experienced that with Fen. He's very nonchalant with his pack. Ghost comes near him, he's eating. Hey man, he's just eating. He doesn't care. He's just like, you can come near me, you can whatever you want. He doesn't really mind, and I'm gonna be putting clips throughout the video of these types of scenarios where Fen and Ghost are eating together and Fen really shows like a nonchalant behavior. So if you are worried that as they get older they get more aggressive, you don't have to worry about that. As long as you keep a positive attitude towards your dog and you keep feeding him the same way and reinforcing that positive behavior, you're gonna be good, okay? Now, if your dog is aggressive and you know maybe your Blue Bay Shepherd or your WolfDog is showing different symptoms as they're growing up, you need to backtrack, okay? You need to sit down and you need to look back and be like, okay, at this point there's a switch. What caused that switch? Okay, I'm not a dog trainer. I would advise you to look for a dog trainer if that's what's going on, but you need to backtrack. You need to have an idea of why it happened and what occurred, like what caused that switch to happen. There has to be an event, right? So just think about that, okay? In my situation, Ben has, if anything, gotten better. He's honestly hasn't changed from 12 to 24 months as much as behavior. He's just more loving. He's okay with just sitting down next to me and just being here with me. And it's awesome because owning a wolf dog is different than owning a dog. And it's such a weird feeling. I can't describe it. And I've read that, you know, other wolf dog owners feel this too, is that they're more like companions than they're pets. You know, they're like friends. And it is crazy because it's a weird feeling to understand that a wolf dog accepts you, and that's because that's gonna lead into my next topic right now. But it's weird that a wolf dog accepts you and is so comfortable with you that you can pick him up, that you can like mess with him, that you can do whatever you want, that he's around the family and he really enjoys just being here. When you see how he acts with strangers, and it's so weird because it's such a weird feeling that the dog has like seen you as like his family. It's a surreal feeling when you know that wolf dogs at this high percent are very non-person, like not friendly. Oh, I guess friendly, yeah, like they're afraid of people. So leading to my next topic, from 12 to 24 months, did fans somehow gain more confidence with people, right? No. With females, you know, I wouldn't even say females. I'm gonna say with shorter people because I'm pretty short, okay? So I think maybe that's why he's okay with short people. With shorter people, he is more relaxed. He's more like, okay, I don't really know you, but I might let you pet me. Taller people, yeah, there's no way, dude. He looks at, so somebody walks into the door, somebody rings the doorbell, he looks into, he runs. He thinks it's funny because he's always so like curious. Like somebody rings the doorbell, he'll run to the door and he just looks out the window curtain and he's like, I don't know who that is, and then he just runs into his cage. And it's a behavior that has stayed with him. He's very like, don't touch me. Let me give you an example. My niece came over the other time and she's like 5 feet, bro. And she tried to pet him and he was kind of like, she was petting his ears and then like she tried to like grab him and he moved back and he was like, nah. And he's like wagging his tail, so he's curious and he wants to, his ears are back. He wants to be pet, but he's smelling. He's like, what's going on? Like, they're very, very, very cautious dog at 38% wolf. Low con, remember. If your Blue Bay Shepherd is 8% wolf and like 92% German Shepherd, he might absolutely love every person he meets. Completely different scenario for mine. So keep that in mind. From 12 to 24 months, Fen has stayed the same with how socially acceptable he is around people, how much he accepts new strangers into his life, okay? So that's what I was saying, that it's awesome to see somebody that cautious or a dog that cautious with other people just be a lap dog with you, right? It's awesome. It's an amazing feeling, to be honest. And you might be thinking like, well, why don't you train him? Why don't you just do this and this and this? It's different, guys, with wolf dogs. I've mentioned this in my other video, and I guess this can be another topic where is he still afraid of the same stuff that I mentioned earlier, where if I like grab a chair and I like shake it and he's like, what the frick, the chair is coming to life. Yeah, like it's still there. Wolf dogs are just, it's any sudden movement that they're not expecting, kind of like mix and flee, okay? It's instinct almost, and it's, you can't break instinct, okay? In a dog like this with so much wolf, the instinct is gonna take over. You guys need to remember that if you're gonna own a wolf dog, and if you're maybe you're looking into adopting one, you need to remember that their instinct is so high. Like the amount of value that it takes over in their brain is insane. So this chair, he sleeps right next to this chair all the time. He sleeps. He even puts his head here. He's not scared of the chair. I've mentioned this in my other videos. If I were to grab this chair and I was to go like this to it and shake it, he would run away. But why would he run away if he's comfortable with the chair? He comes in, afterwards he just blah blah blah. It's instinct. It's instinct that chair is moving in a manner that he's not used to. It's instinct that a person he doesn't know is coming in and he's like, I don't know what's going on, I'm gonna flee. You got it, bro. Like, they're self-serving dogs. He's not Ghost, okay? Somebody comes in, Ghost sees that person, he sees me with that person, he's not moving. He's staying right there. He's looking, he's observing at every expression and every situation that's occurring between me and that person. And he'll sit there in the curtain, just staring. And Fen will be behind him like, what's going on, bro? What's going on, dude? I'm scared. What's going on? You know, they're different dogs. Don't expect your wolf dog. You know, if somebody comes knocking on your door, don't open the door and be like, yeah, bro, I got a freaking wolf dog, man. What's up? Because your dog's gonna shit himself and he's gonna run away, okay? Don't be that person that thinks that these wolf dogs are guard dogs. They're absolutely not. And I don't care what people say that, you know, maybe you can train him, blah, blah, blah. You're not gonna train the instinct that they have to put themselves before anybody and anything, okay? So, 12 to 24 months, he's still afraid of sudden movement in objects. He's still afraid of people. I wouldn't say afraid of people, but he's very cautious towards people. And even then, I wouldn't say afraid of objects. He's just like, whoa, freaking me out. Kind of gets out of the way, right? So we covered dog parts, we covered energy levels, we covered aggressive inside the pack, we covered skittishness with random strangers and objects. Now, so one of the things you guys might want to know is how much has he really grown from 12 to 24 months, right? Like, is he even getting bigger? Is he getting taller? Dude, let me tell you, I never thought this dog would get taller. He just keeps growing. He's still growing right now. I'm freaking out. Like, and I don't even like, it's not like every month I'm like, yo, get over here. It's 1st of January, 1st of the month. We're going to measure you up. We're going to get on the scale. All right, log it down. No, the only reason I know is because he had a habit of going in between my legs and like looking up and wanting to get pet. Now he does it, and I have to tippy toe, dude. I literally tippy toe when he's in between my legs. They're getting taller, man. I don't know how tall he is right now. He's getting heavier. I know that for sure, because he used to be in the 78-pound range. Now he's closer to like the 100-pound range. So he's getting bigger, and he's getting taller, right? So definitely from 12 to 24 months, you can expect your Blue Bay Shepherd or your Wolf Dog to kind of grow, get taller, get leaner, get more, fill in that mass. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you give them supplements for those joints, man. They're growing. Some of them grow freaking fast, dude. The more German Shepherd in that line, the faster they're gonna grow, if that makes sense. And the more they're gonna grow, they're gonna be a lot heavier than a Wolf Dog or Blue Bay Shepherd like Fen that has a mixture of Malamute and Husky, and then dab of German Shepherd in there, right? So anyways, yeah, if you're like expecting your dog to stop growing at 12 months, there's no way. Or maybe you guys might be like, yo, my dog's not big at all. My Blue Bay Shepherd is actually really short. He's shorter than most dogs, huh? Don't forget, they keep growing until they're 3 years old, bro. 3 years. So you have a lot of time. Don't worry about the growth. Don't worry about how big he is, how much does he weigh, how tall he is, how much hair he has, how much hair he doesn't have. Love your dog for what he is. Be the best friend to your dog that you can possibly be, and enjoy every second you have with your dog. Be the best owner that you could be to your friend, and don't worry about the size, don't worry about any of that stuff. As long as your dog behaves in a good manner, as long as he's controllable, and as long as he loves you back and doesn't try to attack you, whatever reason, I think you're good, man. I think that owning a Blue Bay Shepherd has taught me so much and has really shed light to how I saw dogs in such a different manner. And I gotta say, dude, if Fen acts this way, and if I have this much affection towards Fen, and he's a handful, honestly, like he is a handful, because that 38% wolf is not something that's easily scoffed at, right? And if at 38% wolf, Fen is a really good dog, and a very tameable dog, and a very loving dog, and not aggressive, nonchalant, maybe a little smart, he's a little mischievous sometimes. He can be. If at 38% wolf, it's this good to own Fen, and it's a handful though. It is a handful, guys. I'm not trying to milk it and say like, hey, dude, get a 60% wolf. 38 is too easy. 38 is definitely a handful still, okay? He's mischievous. He's a little bit destructive on the side sometimes. Very unexpected stuff that happens with wolf dogs. But if it's this good to own Fen at 38%, I can just imagine owning a Blue Bay Shepherd at lower percentages, like maybe 10 to 12, 0 to 5. I don't know. Owning a Blue Bay Shepherd at that lower content, you're not gonna get a dog that looks like Fen, but I would sacrifice looks, and by looks I don't mean that they're not as beautiful. I'm saying that Fen doesn't look so much like a shepherd. He looks more like a husky wolf type. Like he has some aspects of shepherds, sometimes with his ears and stuff, but he definitely looks very unique. I would sacrifice the looks for the behavior at any time, guys. Okay, don't sacrifice your well-being, and evaluate your life first before you even purchase any dog, especially a wolf dog. Okay, because these dogs might be more than you can handle. Okay, if you guys felt that I didn't really answer some of your questions, like damn, I really wanted him to say this, put it in the comments below. I'll answer it in a comment, and then I'll answer it in a video again. Now for sure, you guys need to get on the Facebook. If you are interested in buying a Blue Bay Shepherd, like for sure, get on the Facebook group, join the Facebook group, Google Blue Bay Shepherd, and look at the breeds. Ask in the chat in the group as well, like, hey, who is the next pair that's gonna be bred? You're gonna get let's say that, for example, right, Fen was Frost and Sugar. So then what I did was I looked up Frost and Sugar. I looked up on the group chat, on the group, you can search up in the search bar the dog's name, and you're gonna get all the links that every time somebody has mentioned that name. Once you get that, you can start seeing and reading what people are saying. Okay, so this dog is behaving this way. This dog is this way. Okay, cool. Now I'm learning about my dog. Even though I don't have the dog, you're learning the way other people have explained how those two pairings have produced dogs, right? Do your research, guys. Please do your research. Don't take this video to heart. You know, my experience is very different. Fen can definitely be a handful sometimes. He can definitely be destructive at any moment. So with that being said, just know that there's two sides to every coin. You might have a dog that looks beautiful and is amazing, and a wolf dog, and he's your companion. On the opposite side, you're gonna get a dog that's very different than other dogs, and that might behave completely different than what you expected. Okay? I'm not here to paint you the prettiest picture you can find about wolf dogs and tell you guys that you guys should go get one. You definitely need to evaluate your life. You definitely need to make sure that you are gonna put this dog before what you do, because that's what you're gonna have to do. Okay? I am very antisocial. I'm perfectly fine with being alone. I don't need to be out in clubs. I don't do clubs. I don't do maybe a bar every once in a while, but I'm perfectly fine with being at home with my dogs, is all I'm gonna say. I don't need to be out there doing stuff with a bunch of people. I prefer the less people, the better. I have a very small group of friends. I am content with that in more ways than I can say. If you are not able to put your life, if you're not able to put this dog before a lot of your situations and a lot of your lives, reevaluate where you are in life right now and determine that maybe this dog is not the best fit for you. Regardless of how cool they are, regardless of how much you want one, if you love traveling to other places and you don't have a van or a big SUV, or somewhere that you don't have a pupmobile like my Jeep, it's gonna be hard, man. These dogs stick to you like glue, and they need somebody that's there for them. Okay? I really hope you guys took something positive and something insightful out of this video. It was rather long, but I do hope that even though it was long, it was informative as well. If it was, I would highly appreciate if you guys gave it a thumbs up. It helps so much. You guys have no idea how much it helps the channel. I would appreciate if you guys subscribe. At this point of recording this video, I'm at 425 subscribers, which is shocking. I can't tell you guys how much that means to me. Thank you guys so much for even having the time to watch my videos. And in this crazy situation we're in with coronavirus and everything going on politically, it feels good to zone out and just talk about my dogs, It feels awesome, and it feels even better that I have an audience to at least speak to. And hopefully, if I don't care if 500 people hate this video. A lot of people thumbs down the video because they, it's so hard to please both sides, because I have the side that wants me to say the truth about the wolf dogs, and they're like, no, don't on wolf dogs, blah blah blah, you need to stop, blah blah, stop making these videos. And then I have the side that's like, bro, what do you mean it's hard to own a wolf dog? You don't know anything, they're just dogs, blah 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 blah. So I'm fighting both sides right now, okay? I can't please both sides, and I don't want to please both sides. I don't care. I want to help the people that rationalize and just sit down and think like, that made me realize something that I hadn't thought about before. And to those people, I say thank you guys so much for watching and being here with me and my dogs. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please subscribe. Please comment down below your favorite part, some comments you might have, some disagreements you might have, how I don't know how to own a dog because he, I don't know, is scared of people. So whatever you guys want to talk about, hey, I'm all yours, dude. Literally, I'm all yours. Thank you guys so much for watching. Nothing but peace and love from my pack tears.